Dual wielding and banner shields are just a few of the features which come to mind when we look at what Minecraft Bedrock Edition is currently lacking. Luckily though, it seems like Mojang are hard at work on Parity, and I believe this tweet that we recently received from the Minecraft community manager could be a giant step in the right direction. So be sure you let me know down below in the comments one feature that Java Edition has that you would love to see brought over to Bedrock Edition. But with that being said, sit back and let's get right into the information. Just as a quick explanation, in case you do not know what parity is, the definition itself means the state or condition of being equal, and that is what Mojang are trying to do with Minecraft Java Edition and Bedrock Edition. There's many features in Java Edition of the game which are not currently in Bedrock Edition. The biggest examples have to be dual wielding and banner shields, along with so much more, but they have just some of the ones that come to mind straight up. In Java Edition, you can fully dual wield any two items you could desire, whereas in Bedrock Edition there's only a select few things that you can do that with. For example, shields, and that's about it. Let's not forget maps and everything like that, but let's face it, Java Edition has this feature a lot better than Bedrock Edition, and correct me if I'm wrong, but there's not really a giant reason for this. I'm not really too sure, but it seems from what we recently heard, Mojang are going to be working on this, because we actually got a very interesting tweet from a developer known as Jay, which is actually the Minecraft community manager. This tweet reads, "Okay, now that I have your attention, if you could add one or two smaller parity features to Minecraft Bedrock Edition, which would you add and why? Let us know here." And then is a link to basically a place where you can submit feedback. It's like a questionnaire what you can fill out, and it asks a total of 3 questions, but the title for this itself says, "Hello Minecrafters, we'd love to hear your feedback again," and this time it's to do with parity. If you could choose one or two smaller parity fixes or features to add to Minecraft Bedrock Edition, which things would they be? We're not talking about major changes or systems here, but smaller parity fixes, features that you would love to see. Now this is instantly quite demoralizing. This most likely means that the bigger changes will not be coming to Bedrock Edition, but sadly Mojang do not really define that here, and I do not know what they mean by smaller parity fixes. That could be anything. Would you class banner shields as a smaller parity fix, or are they talking bug fixes or things like that, right? I really do not know. Instantly I thought this crossed out any possibility of us seeing dual wielding in Bedrock Edition, but as I said earlier, I'm not too sure why it's not in Bedrock Edition fully. Maybe it would be difficult for Mojang to implement on mobile devices, and now I think about it, that would be quite tricky for Mojang. But does that mean that easier things to implement like banner shields and things like that would finally be possible? I'm not too sure. One thing I've noticed about dual wielding on Bedrock Edition after spending a lot of time with it, it seems that Mojang only want to allow us to use items that cannot actually be activated in our left hand. So even though I play on consoles and not mobile whenever I play Bedrock Edition, it's quite frustrating to have a left hand option but to not be able to put anything useful at all in there. I get that you can put shields, which is probably the biggest use for the left hand in Minecraft Bedrock Edition right now. You can also put maps and arrows for some reason. I still do not get that, but you cannot put torches, food, blocks, anything like that, which is really frustrating. It's just so mind-boggling to me that we're in the year 2021 and still there's so many features that are in Java Edition which are not in Bedrock Edition. I understand that Mobile Edition has a lot of players and they cannot just alienate those players by not making a use for the left hand, but I understand that, but I really think they should be an option, and personally I would make this a top priority. This is such a big feature of Minecraft, so many Java Edition players utilize it on a daily basis, and everyone's major frustration with Bedrock Edition now, the one key factor which actually annoys players, is the fact that you cannot use any useful items in your left hand. It's so annoying, especially when I go caving in Bedrock Edition. It's so annoying just to have to move over my hotbar to get my torches out, instead of just looking and placing down the torch like I do in Java. The process is so much more slow, and overall it just makes Bedrock Edition a lot more slow paced. There's still the same amount of space on the hotbar between Java and Bedrock, but anyway, let's now talk about the possibilities for what these changes could be. As Mojang said, they want it to be smaller parity fixes, so I'm assuming it will just fix little issues and imperfections between Java and Bedrock. A big focus of Mojang recently has been on working on terrain parity, so that if you find a seed you like on Bedrock, you can get that exact same world on Java. It's quite cool actually what they've been working on, but as I said, I'm not too sure what Mojang mean by smaller parity changes. At least in my mind, it seems like quite a small change to add banner shields, and it seems like quite a small change to just add a few more items to the left hand in Minecraft. But as I said, I'm not an employee at Mojang. I do not know how this works behind the scenes, but I just do not see the purpose of the poll that Mojang are asking, because they're telling people to tell them some parity changes they would love to see added to Minecraft Bedrock, and I do not really see anyone in my mind going over there saying, oh, we would like this little bug tweak, this little bug tweaked. I feel like everyone's just going to go over there and instantly say like dual wielding or something like that, right? Because that's such a big key Minecraft feature which has been gone for a long time from Bedrock Edition. So yeah, let's see how successful this poll really turns out. But one thing I'm unsure about at the moment, are these parity fixes planned for an in-between snapshot, maybe like a little update in between 1.18 and 1.19, or is this actually planned for the world update itself? That's something we need to think about right now. But just as a cool little test, if you made it this far into the video, be sure to let me know down below in the comment section one parity fix you would love to see added to Minecraft Bedrock Edition the most. In my mind, it's just a no-brainer. It's got to be dual wielding. It's such a huge feature which really does put me off playing Bedrock Edition quite a little bit. As I said, I understand that there's obviously Pocket Edition, and it would be quite difficult for Mojang to do that, but it's times like this I just wish Mojang could add certain features to the console versions of Minecraft and edit them and make them different for console edition. That's the one problem with Mojang making the mobile phone version of Minecraft the exact same as the console versions of Minecraft. They both have specific restrictions on each other. Mojang could do a lot more for Pocket Edition and a lot more for Console Edition if they were just two separate entities. But be sure you let me know your thoughts about this down below in the comments. Do you agree with me, or do you actually have some different points you want to make? Be sure to drop them down below and I'll be sure to check them out. But it's been me, ItzJhief, everyone. Have an amazing day. Go play some Minecraft and I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.